That the concept is kind of based on a Hunter x Hunter explanation of the spirit world for Avatar. Necessarily, all the characters would have sort of different manifestations of ideas and powers and stuff, but they would also be representations of quote-unquote other lives. But based on whether or not they're quote-unquote enlightened, they would have awareness of those lives. Most people aren't enlightened. Minerva would be enlightened, but sometimes you just don't care about your previous life because, you know what I mean? If you're prime, you have to think about moving forward. You know, it's an infinite sort of progression. There's infinite evolution. So the fact that you had to become enlightened meant that at least on one level, you lived an infinite number of lives. And holy shit, that is an alligator in the water. I see the nose popping up. Those signs about alligator sightings were true. I don't know if that caught on camera. But yeah, the Monkey King has Monkey Prince has Monkey Paw, where he can manifest his aura to adapt to other people's powers and stuff, or adapt an adaptation of it. For example, if he were to fight Netero, he wouldn't be able to have 100 hands, but every time he would punch, there would be a big hand. You know what I mean? Every time he would kick, there would be a big sort of foot and stuff. You know, that would be, you know, his representation of that power and stuff. The Dragon Girl, obviously the dragon explosive, plus she would be like really, really strong. She would like crouch herself with like explosive aura and stuff. So she would be like an enhancer in Hunter x Hunter world, an enhancer. And then the owl, you know, I imagined her being able to analyze stuff with her powers and stuff. She would be able to summon a scouting owl and stuff. And her ultimate power was if she had 10 minutes of unbroken sort of focus on you, she could learn almost anything she wanted about you just by like just staring at you. And it's like, oh, she has to maintain the connection, of course. And so you could try to disrupt it, and then she would be able to win, I would assume the monkey people would be like sun worshippers because they would try to actively, disprove despair and stuff because they're in a oppressed society and stuff. So they would try to actively sort of, shame their 7 deadly sins, shame their desires and stuff because that's the dark side. That's bad. So the whole arc for the Monkey King is like accepting the dark side part of him and stuff. The fact that he hurts people, the fact that he has desires, the fact that he has stuff that he just doesn't talk about and stuff. And then the whole arc about the Dragon Girl, I wanted it to be like a parallel redemption arc for Azula because she never really got a redemption arc, you know. She didn't have an Uncle Iroh to guide her. She just, oh my god, that is an alligator. This is like Jumanji. I don't know if it's coming up. It's really distracting because it's like terrifying. I don't want him to come and get me, but whatever. Yeah, basic. Oh my god, I want to go over there and see it, but like I don't want to get killed. So yeah, she Dragon Girl. She has to learn how to control her anger, even though she's really, really strong, really, really perfect. She takes things to heart, that shouldn't be taken to heart. Like, for example, Minerva will go on missions and stuff. And she'll only take one person with her, the one who's mostly adapted to the mission. And, Monkey Prince, of course, you adapt any power. That's really, really helpful. Sometimes you don't need an enhancer to blow things up. Sometimes you need somebody, to copy powers. And the thing is, the missions are usually boring and they're self-serving for Minerva. It's not like it's a big privilege, but, she's going to take it to heart because it's like, what do you mean? I'm stronger than him and stuff. And it's like, yeah, you're stronger than him, but, he's also strong and stuff. You got to see the potential in other people. And she doesn't really see that until she recognizes that she hurt someone. And it was parallel to Azula because, Azula wasn't responsible for Zuko's damage, but she, in a sense, she was complicit in it. She was okay with it. So she wasn't the one who directly, did the abusive thing, but she was okay with the system. So if she was okay with the system, there's an inevitability where she will inflict pain and feel no remorse. So I wanted her to feel remorse for pain that she caused, and therefore her redemption arc to be, a parallel to Zuko's. Like, oh my god, I've done something wrong. And, I might not want to admit it. I might not be able to, comprehend it so far. But, over the course of the series, I want to be able to. That could be her road to enlightenment. Jay's road to enlightenment was having it forcefully opened. But, her role could be, accepting her fault, accepting who she, betrays, accepting who she harmed and stuff, accepting her feelings for the Owl Girl because maybe she was repressing those. But, I expected the Owl Girl to lose her arm because she's not like physically capable of fighting that much. She's good, but she's more defensive and stuff. I wanted her arc to be very defensive and stuff, and being able to accept that, combat is not necessarily for everybody. There's a whole bunch of zigzagging arcs, and Minerva's just watching him like Kakashi, like, you guys, we're all gonna die anyway. Shut up.